On Larry King Now, comedian extraordinaire Jim Gaffigan. On his highly anticipated new comedy, The Jim Gaffigan Show.
But I think that this show and this opportunity that Jeannie, my wife, and I have been given is rather exceptional in that I'm very satisfied. I really enjoy the episodes, and I'm not a fan of looking at myself.
On working with his wife.
Your wife writes material?
Yes. My wife.
She's funny too?
She's very funny. She's good looking and funny. She's thin. I look like I had two wives and I ate one of them.
On his New York Times bestseller, Food, a Love Story.
I have an affinity. As I get older, I enjoy eating more and more. So like when I was 20, it's not like I want to study at a culinary school. I just am somebody that enjoys eating. And I imagine by the time I'm 90, I will be married to a steak.
Plus,
Larry, can you leave? I need to talk to her.
58 years of doing this show, I have never had anyone walk in on me who sponsors. You never do this on your own. It's all next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. Jim Gaffigan is our special guest, the funny man extraordinaire, stand-up comic, actor, and author. Jim is known for such comedy specials as Beyond the Pale and 2014's multi-platinum selling, Grammy-nominated Obsessed. He's also a New York Times best-selling author of two books, Dad is Fat and Food, a Love Story. And this summer, he heads to TV, co-writing and starring in The Jim Gaffigan Show. That airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on TV Land. Thank you for coming, Jim.
Thanks for having me, Larry. This is exciting.
I had a little note here that says your career started as a friend bet you to do stand-up. What is that story?
I was dared.
You were a funny kid.
I think I was told that I should be a comedian, but I grew up in a small town in Indiana, so there was no one really in the entertainment industry. But I always wanted to do it. So when I was in New York, someone dared me to do it, and that's what I was looking for, because I'm a coward. I'm essentially a coward.
So they bet you?
He didn't bet. He dared me to do it.
Where did you first appear?
I first appeared at, it's now called 55 Grove, but it was called the Duplex, which is the first place that Joan Rivers and Woody Allen, not that I'm trying to compare myself to them, but it's the...
Was your first show good?
It was amazing. It was...
They laughed.
Yeah, they laughed, and it was incredibly empowering, and I think I knew then that I wanted to waste my life doing this.
Oh, what a great way to make it.
No, it's amazing. I get to do what I love.
And you work family friendly, right? You
Yes.
do not use weird language. You're a
you know,
clean act.
Yeah, I mean, people say clean, but I don't curse and stuff like that. And when people ask, I always say it's because Jesus told me to be clean. No, but I'm clean just because some of that's my personality, and if you're talking about muffins and napping, it's not necessary to curse, really.
Does that mean you're turned off by guys who do curse?
No, I mean, some of my favorite comedians are filthy, but I think it's personality-wise.
Yeah.
I think
your style.
Yeah, I think comedians get a lot of credit or criticism for the type of comedy they would do anyway.
By the way, tell me about this TV show.
Well, it's a show called The Jim Gaffigan Show, and it's a single-camera comedy, and we developed it, my wife and I, who's my writing partner and my producing partner, we developed it at networks over a couple of years, and then we were presented with, we shot a pilot, and it wasn't picked up because it is single-camera comedy, and we were presented with an opportunity to go to TV Land, and we jumped on it.
Your wife writes material?
Yes. My wife.
She's funny too?
She's very funny. She's good looking and funny. She's thin. I look like I had two wives and I ate one of them.
Let's watch a clip from The Jim Gaffigan Show.
What sort of paintings do you like?
I like, I waver. I'm always changing. I go in there and I just get some inspiration. I like the blurry ones, where it's kind of blurry, where you're like, oh, maybe this guy didn't have his glasses on when he was painting it. Love those. But mostly I like the landscape stuff where it's like, oh, that's France 200 years ago, or like there's a battle and these guys are about to die. That's interesting, but I like the portraits, the sad, ugly Europeans. You know, kind of like, hey, you're hard on the eyes. Can I do your portrait? That kind of thing. Like Monet, love him or her.
And she's very pretty.
Yeah, she is very pretty.
Do you have high expectations for the Jim Gaffigan Show? It looks very funny.
Oh, thanks. Well, I tell you something. I'm mostly thrilled that it's a show that my wife and I like. You know, as you know, it's like many comedians go into doing a television show, and you know, many of them don't end up like Seinfeld. They end up not even capturing the comedian's voice. But I think that this show and this opportunity that Jeannie, my wife, and I have been given is rather exceptional in that I'm very satisfied. I really enjoy the episodes, and I'm not a fan of looking at myself.
And you have 5 kids yourself.
I have 5 kids.
And do you have 5 kids on the show?
I do.
It's true to life. It's like Ray Romano a little?
Yeah, it's definitely semi-autobiographical. I mean, I'm dumber. I mean, I'm a dumb guy, but I'm dumber on the show.
You play down.
I play down. I call it the smart dumb guy, because I think that's funny. A really
smart dumb guy.
A real dumb guy who thinks he's smart is I think.
I have friends like that.
Yeah.
After the break, summer's upon us, but Jim is not celebrating like the rest of America. We'll find out why next. The Jim Gaffigan Show. He's our guest. It airs Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern on TV Land. We're all looking forward to watching. I'm going to watch this regularly.
Thank you.
And I look forward to it. Summer is upon us. In a recent CBS News bit, you did a little bit called Summer is No Vacation. What do you mean?
Well, I'm not, you know, I just think that, look, here we are in Southern California. I don't live here. Some of it is I'm not an outdoorsy person. I don't like nice weather. I think there's unnecessary pressure to go outside when it's nice. People are like, go out there, go sit on the beach and get skin cancer. You know, I don't like it. You know, my kids who I love, they're home from school, you know, which makes no sense whatsoever, because it's like, I guess who doesn't need, you know, a couple months off after they finish kindergarten? You know, it's like, and then my kids, they sit around the house like they've just returned from fighting ISIS. It doesn't make any sense. And there's the strange pressures of summer. Everyone acts like, ooh, summer, it's like a 3-month vacation. So, but we still have to work. It's not like we can just do nothing. So, but I think there's a lot of things about summer that I think it's the golden boy of seasons.
Do you have a favorite season?
Yeah, I would say fall. I like fall, but I like any season where I can sit inside and not feel like I'm doing something wrong.
I'm a little fan of that too.
Yeah, I'm a fan of.
Where do you live?
That's kind of personal, Larry. I live in New York City.
Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn, so.
Yeah, I know that.
So what do you do on a family vacation?
Well, we rarely have family vacations. We're about to go on this 30-city bus tour with all 5 of our kids on.
Are you driving?
I'm not driving. There's a bus driver, and it's kind of like Leanne Rhymes. We used her bus. Sorry, Leanne. So we travel city to city with all our kids, and we'll stop in a hotel and swim in the pool and stuff like that. And then I'll do a show at night. And
you work combination with vacation.
Yes. And but it's good, you know. So I spend time with the family, and it's exhausting.
You make money on vacation.
Absolutely. But my kids, it's like camping for them.
So as big cities and small cities and
everything in between.
Gaffigan, I admire you.
Thank you, sir.
Your faith is important to you, right? You're a devout Catholic?
Well, I would say, you know, look, I'm...
Or are you like Jackie Gleason, a roaming Catholic?
You know, I mean, I would say I get nervous because I'm Catholic, but it's not like, occasionally people will be like, oh, you're, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm somebody who needs the concept of mercy. I'm a horrible person. I need to
You like
believe.
confession.
I need the idea that there is a sense of mercy. But, you know, I was, you know, as an atheist, until I met my wife, and she brainwashed me.
She's Catholic.
She's a Shiite Catholic. She's very Catholic. Shirley,
Did you convert, or you were raised Catholic?
I was raised Catholic.
And then atheist and then back to Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, I lived across from a Catholic church for 15 years, never went in there. And then I get married, and now I'm in there like every other day.
Why did she change you?
I don't know. She's evil. I think there's, I don't know. No, she's an amazing woman. I mean, she's, you know, her impact on my life is pretty amazing, you know. I mean, she is a rather fertile species, you know. I mean, I walk by her and she gets pregnant. I haven't talked to her in an hour, Larry. She's probably pregnant.
How do you feel then about the gay marriage?
I'm for gay marriage. I'm a very socially liberal person.
Catholics are opposed, though, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I don't know if they're opposed. I guess they are. This is why I don't talk about politics, Larry. I act like you know me. You know me, Larry. No, but I don't do the political thing. But that's some of, on this show, we have a character played by Michael Ian Black, who is Jeannie's best friend, who's gay. And there's also a Catholic priest in the show. And it's like, in reality, people live on, you know, I know we exist in this, there's a lot of social debate and there's culture wars occurring. But the reality is people just like to hang out with each other. So I don't think that it's...
But you believe in Jesus.
I do, Larry.
You think he's following you? Like, do you think he knows you're here?
He's standing behind you right now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he would be.
Your
Jewish.
wife is
Jewish,
Mormon.
He's Jewish. My wife is Mormon, but she didn't convert me.
She didn't convert you?
No.
Not yet.
No, I don't believe. I can't make the leap. It's too big a leap for me.
It's, well, you know, the thing is like, it's not like you have to understand all of it.
No, you're just asking me to accept something.
It's not, you know, just because I say I'm Catholic doesn't mean that I know everything that Thomas Aquinas wrote. You know, I mean, there's a fascination. It's an ongoing pursuit. I don't want to talk about religion.
Okay. The other day,
Yes,
Michael
sir.
Eisner said, "From my position, the hardest artist to find is a beautiful, funny woman. By far, usually unbelievable, beautiful women are not funny." You agree with that?
I disagree with that. My wife is a very beautiful woman and very funny. So I disagree with that statement. But I think this is this ongoing kind of are women funny debate is archaic and it's ancient. I mean, it's...
Yeah, you're right.
I grew up watching Carol Burnett, Phyllis Diller, you know...
Joan Rivers is hysterical.
It's weird. Yes.
Does the Bill Cosby story sadden you, puzzle you?
Oh, I mean, I think it saddens me.
I know him very well. And
it's really sad. I mean, I personally, as a clean comedian, the fact that he's a clean comedian and
one of the best.
So then the mathematics of that are if people don't curse, they rape. So it's like, but it's also, you know, look, he's one of the amazing comedians. I think about his wife. That's what I mostly think about because I'm a great guy. But his wife, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
When we come back, what would Jim tell his 22-year-old self? We'll find out in a little game of If You Only Knew. Jim Gaffigan, he's written New York Times bestsellers. He's got a new TV show, The Gaffigan Show. He and his wife and 5 children are taking a bus tour, and he'll work every night on the bus tour. He's Gaffigan, and he's unusual. And the show airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on TV Land. You just said you love Mormons.
I do love. Your wife's Mormon.
Beautiful.
I do love Mormons.
Why do you love Mormons?
I don't, you know.
You don't know, do you?
I feel like there's, you know, look, I mean, I've done shows, you know, and I had a joke where I said that I look Mormon. There's just
You do look Mormon.
Yeah, there's just... And
You're white with a little beard and glasses and light blonde hair, yeah.
But, you know, which is in, you know, there is no... It's not like Mormons look like white bread guys. I mean, Mormons can look like everything, you know, but...
There is a Mormon look.
There's a bit of a Mormon look, right?
I don't look Mormon.
No, you don't look Mormon.
I'm not Mormon.
The suspenders, right? It's the suspenders. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's.
I'll ask you some key questions.
Yes.
Do you like Jell-O?
Jell-O. Now that's a loaded question.
Mormons love Jell-O.
Mormons love the fry sauce. They love the fry sauce. Do you know
Fry
about
sauce?
the fry sauce?
What's fry sauce?
Fry sauce. She's saying fry sauce.
I never heard of fry sauce.
Fry
I
sauce.
know
It's
19
the Salt Lake
years.
City thing.
It's
It's
a-
ketchup and mayonnaise combined, and they call
What?
it fry sauce. Yes.
I know her
Love your
19
reaction.
years, ketchup and mayonnaise.
Yeah. Am I right?
I wouldn't even be
I'm
in the
right,
same
right.
room. Okay.
Yes.
You've written 2 highly successful books. One is centered upon your unapologetic eating habits.
Yes.
What does that mean? You eat anything?
No, it's I think that I have an affinity. As I get older, I enjoy eating more and more. So like when I was 20, it's not like I want to study at a culinary school. I just am somebody that enjoys eating. And I imagine by the time I'm 90, I will be married to a steak because I just love food that much. And so the book, Food: A Love Story, was capturing these passions I have for food. And it's, well, like, for instance, things I love and things I don't love.
What do you love?
I love bacon. Bacon, it's like bacon bits are like the fairy dust of the food, you know.
What do you hate?
Seafood, clams, oysters, they're like snots in a rock. I don't get it.
Snots in a rock.
Snots in a rock. Most seafood or shellfish are insects. They're bugs of the ocean. I love, but I just, my wife and I, again, we wrote, this book, and it's just all about my views on food and like different places where I eat on the road. It's not informed, but it's just humorous. And I got done with it, and I realized I have an enormous problem.
We're going to play a little game of If You Only Knew.
Yes.
I throw out a statement, you figure it out.
Okay.
First girl you ever kissed?
I don't remember. Oh, Laura Kuntz.
Laura Kuntz in Indiana?
No, in Illinois.
How old were you?
I was 5, 6.
Where was it? Where did it occur?
It was at her house, and then when I came back home, I'm the youngest of 6 kids, my brothers and sisters convinced me, I was 5 years old, convinced me that I got her pregnant and that I had to marry her. And those are the kind of siblings I had.
Best part about being a dad?
The constant source of amusement. I mean, you know this, right?
Yeah.
It's just amazing what you find entertaining and what they say.
Surprising.
Yeah, I mean, my birthday was a couple days ago, and we were eating cake. And I don't care about birthdays, so we're eating cake, and all my kids, 11 to 2, are around, and you do it for them. And my 4-year-old said to me, he goes, "Are you gonna die in the street?" And it's just like out of nowhere. And it was a sincere question. He wasn't trying to make me feel bad or happy. It was just, he was like, "Are you gonna die in the street?"
Thing you tell your 22-year-old self. I don't know what that question means.
What I would tell the 22-year-old self is don't get caught up in other people's expectations and work on the things you can control.
Superpower you'd like to have?
Tan. I'd like to
Tan?
I'd like to tan. That would be nice.
That's not a superpower.
It would be for me.
Worst part about being a dad?
Sleep.
Least favorite thing on the McDonald's menu?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because you love McDonald's.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm American. I would say, that chicken stuff. Chicken is just disgusting. It's just like a bird. It's like we might as well be eating dinosaurs. It's just weird. They're a bird, like duck. Do you eat duck?
I used to like it, and then I don't eat it anymore.
Right? Because it's weird. It's like, why don't we eat doves? It's very strange. We're not supposed to eat birds. They're weird. They're like flying, like they're insects with a little weight to them. They're weird. Anyway.
Okay.
Red meat.
Best pickup line you've ever used in your old days?
In the old days. I think it was always kind of fun to talk to a woman that you had just met and say, you're probably my best friend.
You would say that.
Yeah, and if they thought that was funny, I would know they had a sense of humor.
Dream co-star.
You know, it's going to sound corny, but I would have to say my wife.
You're really in love with your wife.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in love with her, but I'm also, you know, it's this. I mean, believe me, she tortures me, and you know, we fight. But you know, I'm also a lot of gratitude surrounding it. That you know, no one's looking out for you. I mean, your wife's sitting right back there. It's like no one's looking out for you.
You think she's
more than you are?
Yeah. No,
but I think your wife looks out for you.
Yeah, she does.
You know, it's like you don't have to worry about.
Part of that is controlling.
Absolutely.
I'm looking out for you. It was my Jewish mother too.
Yes.
I'm only thinking of you.
Well, the whole thing is, I think that we can characterize. You know, like I always think it's interesting when people talk about, oh, you know, my wife doesn't want me to eat red meat. My wife doesn't want me to have another beer. But what we forget is that conversation that occurred months earlier where you said,
I'm not controlling.
uh-oh, what's going on?
I'm not controlling.
She's coming
You
in.
said I'm controlling, didn't you?
Yeah.
How could you say that about me?
Uh-oh.
This has never happened on this show.
Really?
You, Jim Gaffigan, 58
we love
years
the
of...
Catholics, Jim.
Yes.
We do.
The Mormons and Catholics.
The Mormons and
they
Catholics.
get along.
You do look like a Mormon.
Larry, can you leave? I need to talk to her.
58 years of doing this show, I have never had anyone walk in on me who sponsors. You never do this on your own.
But why is that? Why is controlling negative? You have his interests, you know, at heart. So why is controlling bad?
I mean, I don't control him. I just make sure that everything around him goes right.
Absolutely,
So-
and that's very generous, don't you
Right?
think?
I would beat anybody. I do. If anybody
Right.
says anything bad about him,
Yeah,
they go down.
absolutely.
I'll
Supportive.
get into it.
Right,
As
and
your
that's
wife
why you're
probably
crazy
does,
about it, right?
Right?
Yeah, I am crazy about it. I'm
can't
also
believe-
crazy.
I can't believe we're all going to go on vacation together. I wish my wife.
Are we going to go on vacation?
We're going to go on
I'm
vacation.
so excited.
We should
You've
go to
got my
Utah.
kids.
Wait,
Fry sauce.
Utah, you want to go?
I'm
What
so
is
excited
fried
about
sauce?
Fry sauce.
You know what? I made it last night in the kitchen.
Fry
I had
sauce.
leftover when we were from the Palm. I
Fry
had
sauce.
Make
finished, and I made
potato
some fry
kugel
sauce.
if you're going to make something.
Sorry. And
In our final moments, you hang
I'm gonna
around.
let you guys go.
No,
I just had to
don't
come out
stand
and say I
here.
wasn't controlling.
Stand here.
But Jim.
In our final
So-
moments, we'll dig into the depths of Jim's Twitter and
Yes.
unearth the question he posed of me.
Yeah.
And I'll try to answer it when we come back.
And I'm going to answer it too, because I know what it's like. Because I've seen you I know your story, Larry.
Stand here a second. I want to hear this. You want you to hear this.
Okay.
Stand here. You're cute. We're back with our remaining moments with Jim Gaffigan. The Gaffigan Show airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on TV Land.
Here we are. Yeah.
And we have some social media questions for him, and we're joined by the controlling interest here, Sean King. So we have a Catholic, a Mormon, and a non-observant Jew.
We're like this is a classic bar joke, right? A Catholic, Mormon, and Jew will go into a talk show, right? It's very. But you know, you said something about you go. Look, you talked about it's terrifying to identify yourself as somebody who believing in something because you know, like there is the West Baptists, the people that are filled with hate, and the thing is like, you know, like Jesus. Now I sound like Joel Osteen. Jesus, you know what he said was like, give up everything and follow me. So it's like, no one's doing that. No one's giving up everything. Like, and there's like a parable where you're like he said to somebody, give up everything, and this guy's like, I can't. And he's like, and we read that and we're like, yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I don't know my point, Larry.
What is your point?
No, I think. Well, your point is that it's hard to stand for something when people's perception of what you believe in may not be exactly what you believe in. Your beliefs are so
No, as the
personal.
tenets of a
And
church can say.
But your beliefs are very complex, right? And so you know, I'm pro gay marriage. I'm very socially liberal, but I still identify as Catholic. Why am I saying this on a television show?
Okay. But once, this is what he said once about me.
Yes.
In 2009, you said, "Dear Jesus, what was Larry King like as a baby?" Yes, in case I forgot, happy birthday. This must have been around Christmas.
Yes. Yes. Oh
What
my
did
gosh.
you mean by that?
I think that was about how much I love and respect you, Larry. No, I think that was a joke about, it's like Twitter. I love Twitter, but it is just this stream of thought and kind of a notepad of jokes. You're looking at me like you.
What was Larry King like as a baby?
I think that's a very good tweet.
That's a good tweet.
I would favorite that if I were you.
Yeah.
When you see, I tweet, but I don't know what I'm tweeting. When you say favorite, what does that mean?
That means you like it. It essentially, it's nothing super significant, but it's, for me, like when I tweet out a comic idea or something, I'll see whether it has traction or if people retweet it. Like I think I did something about, I had a tweet, I always feel guilty throwing out my children's artwork, so I always let my wife do it. You know what I mean? And so it's...
I would retweet that.
Yeah, so like that's one of those things that people identify with. Because you can't hear laughter over the internet, so it's either
I get
a
it.
favorite. Yeah.
We have social media questions for you.
Yes.
Aaron Dierico on Facebook. What's your process for sorting out jokes? Is it difficult to choose what stays in and what doesn't?
Yeah. No, it's...
You do a very clean act.
Yeah, but
you don't curse.
It's not... the cursing thing, I always think it's very strange because it's not as if you curse that much. Here
she goes.
But you don't.
This is my support here.
But the thing is, it's like we somehow because
God,
I don't
pretty.
because I don't curse in my stand-up act. People think that there's some kind of message. It's like, look, I love comedians that are dirty, but it's not authentic for me to curse in my act. It's authentic for me if I stub my toe to curse, but it's not something that, if I'm talking about taking naps or mini muffins, do you really need to throw an F-bomb in there? I don't know if you do.
Can I, Matt?
Yeah.
It's also harder to be clean. I mean, and people can, to be funny, they'll throw an F-bomb just because they think it's going to get a laugh. So you kind of have to be smarter to be
Well, that's very
clean.
flattering.
But it's the truth.
Well, that's one, and believe me, I've dealt with this clean thing for so long. And I think comedians...
40 years ago, when you would say to someone, why do you work dirty?
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, the world changed.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Sandra Wright, do you feel like you've paid a price for staying away from blue comedy? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, I think that there's nothing sexy about a guy not cursing. I mean, I also don't talk about, like, hanging around celebrities or crazy confessions in my act. It's kind of substance-based. But I don't know if it's people that are coming to see me do stand-up are not like, I can't wait to hear his latest story of him and Jay-Z, or like, I can't wait to see what he's doing with his hair. You know what I mean? Or what he's wearing. People are just like, what's he gonna...
What do you wear on stage?
Mostly a thong, just a thong.
I'm going.
And no, I just wear whatever I'm
Before we
wearing.
close this out,
Yeah.
What led you to suddenly jump into this?
I
Something
don't know.
you would never do.
I don't know. I got goaded into it. I don't.
It's working though.
It just happened.
We do a podcast together, and I think she's got that from doing a podcast.
I
She
think-
just goes with it.
Yeah, that's good.
You're a preparation person, so
Normally
this
I
is
prepare.
very unlike you.
Yeah, but hey, when he said he liked the Mormons, I felt a little safe, a little bit.
Yeah.
And
A big thanks to the hilarious Jim Gaffigan for joining us, and to Sean for just dropping in. Be sure to tune in to the new Jim Gaffigan Show. It airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on TV Land. As always, you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. And will I see them next time?
will you see what?
Can I come back next time?
Here?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I'll let you know.
We'll be right back.
Goodbye.